The Tshwane Municipality held a media briefing today where it disputed that it spent 777 million rand on water tankers during the previous financial year, that is the 2024-2025 financial year. Now, this figure comes from a News 24 article, and it has caused much outrage throughout the city, the residents, and also some political parties within the capital. Now, the city says that the quoted figure doesn't include accruals from the previous financial year, but it also doesn't include disputed and rejected purchase orders and invoices from these water tanker companies. The city puts the figure much closer to 342 of actual expenditure for water tankers in the last financial year.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the claim that the City of Tshwane spent 777 million on water tankers is incorrect. And it misrepresents the real situation, and it's important that we take you through what the correct figure is. This figure is not based on audited expenditure, but on a system extract showing the total value of purchase orders, including about 156 million rand in cancelled, duplicated, or unprocessed transactions. It reflects procurement activity, not actual expenditure. We obviously still have the issue with our ailing infrastructure and not enough investment that leads to infrastructure breakdown. And when we look at the reasons where we had to deploy water tankers because of infrastructure breakdowns, that amount accumulates to the amount of 138 million rand. You would know that the city was compelled after the cholera outbreak due to the Hammanskraal water crisis, that we must provide alternative supply of water to the residents of Hammanskraal for the purpose of drinking. That tankering is to the tune of 84 million rand, and the same was done for the Rooiwal farmers that are affected by the same Hammanskraal water or Rooiwal project, and that one is to the tune of 24 million rand.
Now, the city has committed to reducing its reliance on water tankers. It says that when it does look at the spend for the last financial year, the water outages actually do match the amount that the city has spent on water tankers. Because when there are water outages, the city has to rely more on water tankers. For the water outages, the city has blamed a number of internal and external reasons. Internal reasons is that the city has aging infrastructure, but also that there's a lot of vandalism on the city's infrastructure. There are also some external reasons where there are issues with the bulk water supply, which comes from Rand Water, a different government entity.
We also want to, and we have to reduce our reliance on water tankers. That we acknowledge, and our key measures then include a borehole development program, and our Human Settlements Department has set aside, or has been allocated an amount of 10 million rand to develop boreholes in informal and peri-urban areas. That includes Leeuwfontein, Finarspoort, the Watersdrift, the Paneeldrift, among others. We also have a partnership with the University of Pretoria to compare the cost of internal versus outsourced tankering operations. There's also the study on alternate water supply, developing a new policy to diversify our supply so that we have less of a reliance on Rand water. So we're talking about water reclamation, sand abstraction, and of course also rainwater harvesting. So we are looking at those avenues as well.
So one of the solutions that the city has put forward is one, investing in the water infrastructure, but also investing in security for the water infrastructure to reduce those incidents of water vandalism, which obviously leave residents very angry. And obviously when residents don't have water, they become very angry, and the city has to pacify them with ordering water tankers. So as I said, those solutions are increasing the spend on water infrastructure, but also making sure that the water infrastructure is protected from vandalism. And I do have to say that the outlook doesn't look particularly bright for the capital city. the Tshwane Mayor, Dr. Nasiphi Moya, saying that the city needs about 58 billion rand over the next decade to achieve its infrastructure targets. However, at the rate that the Tshwane municipality is currently investing in its infrastructure, she says this will take about 38 years to achieve. Thabiso Goba, Eyewitness News, in Tshwane.